the need for unity of all, irrespective of the party affiliation, to spread the spirit of liberation war and communal harmony at the grassroots level. During the meeting, the delegation of Ghatok Dalal Nirmul Committee invited the President to attend their national conference to be held on May 3rd. President's Office Secretary Muhammad Wahidul Islam Khan and Military Secretary Major General S.M. Salauddin Islam were present. Bhutanese King Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk returned home today after a 4-day visit to Bangladesh. In the afternoon, the King of Bhutan ended his visit to Bangladesh by entering India through Shonahat landport in Kurigram. State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Muhammad Ali Arafat, State Minister for Shipping Khalid Mahmood Chowdhury, Members of Parliament Hamidul Haq Khandokar and Biplab Hassan Polash and Deputy Commissioner Muhammad Saidul Arif were present during the departure of the King of Bhutan. Before departing, State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Muhammad Ali Arafat presented the King an album containing photographs and video footage of his visit to Bangladesh. Earlier, King Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk visited the Bhutanese Special Economic Zone in Madhobram area in Bhogdanga Union of Kurigram Shodor Upojela. Kurigram District Commissioner Muhammad Saidul Arif informed the King about the various benefits of investment in the proposed Special Economic Zone of Bhutan. Expressing keen interest, the King hinted at the possibility of establishing an industrial plant in the region following a thorough feasibility study. Amid tight security arrangements, the King's visit to the proposed Bhutanese Special Economic Zone, a joint initiative of the Bangladesh-Bhutan governments, underscored the commitment to bolstering bilateral ties. The King arrived in Bangladesh on 25th March on a 4-day state visit to Bangladesh to attend a series of programs, including Independence Day celebrations. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obadul Kader has said that BNP wants to nullify the meaning of the independence as they did not believe the spirit of the war of liberation and democracy. He said this in a statement issued today to condemn and protest the false, fabricated and misleading statements of BNP leaders. Obadul Kader said that after the independence, Bangladesh was led by the father of the nation, Bongo Bondhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, in the spirit of the liberation war. He said that the father of the nation gave the constitution to the nation based on the ideals of the liberation war and non-communal politics. But after the brutal killing of father of the nation and his family, the Zia Mushtaq gang destroyed the spirit of the liberation war and the democratic values. The Awami League General Secretary said, with Pakistani ideology, the BNP's only motive was to grab power and people of Bangla were duped by them. So people of Bangla do not want to see this fraudulent group in power anymore, Obadul Kader added. Responding to BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir's statement about houses and businesses of BNP leaders and activists being taken over, Awami League General Secretary said Mirza Fakhrul has given fabricated and baseless statements without providing any concrete evidence. Rather, we can see the BNP leaders and activists have been doing business and trading under the existing regime. He said that after BNP came to power in 2001, millions of Awami League leaders and activists had to leave their homes due to political violence by BNP leaders and activists. Obadul Kader also said Awami League leaders and activists were faced with intolerable torture for giving votes to vote. Thousands of women were raped by BNP Jabhat cadres. 21,000 Awami League leaders and activists were killed across the country, he added. Foreign Minister and Awami League Joint General Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood said Dr. Yunus has taken the side of genocide by accepting Israel's award for keeping silent on the Gaza genocide. He said this at a press briefing held at the Foreign Affairs Ministry today. The Foreign Minister said Dr. Yunus took the award from Israel, but the Yunus Center is spreading falsehood by calling it a UNESCO award.
ডক্টর মোহাম্মদ ইউনূস সাহেবের প্রতি শ্রদ্ধা সম্মান দুটো রেখেই বলতে চাই তিনি শান্তিতে নোবেল পুরস্কার পেয়েছেন গাজায় যে আজকে নির্বিচারে মানুষ হত্যা করা হচ্ছে, নারী ও শিশুদের হত্যা করা হচ্ছে, সেটি নিয়ে একটি শব্দ তিনি উচ্চারণ করেন নাই, একটি প্রতিবাদ তিনি জানান নাই, বরং ইসরায়েলি একজন ভাস্করের কাছ থেকে তিনি পুরস্কার গ্রহণ করলেন। এটি কি? এটার অর্থ কি দাঁড়ায়? এই সময় ইসরায়েলি একজন ভাস্করের পক্ষ থেকে পুরস্কার গ্রহণ করে তাহলে গাজায় নারী ও শিশুদের যে নির্বিচারে হত্যা করা হচ্ছে, মানবতার বিরুদ্ধে অপরাধ সংগঠিত হচ্ছে, সেটিকেই প্রকারান্তরে সমর্থন দেওয়া নয়। কোনোভাবেই এই পুরস্কার ইউনেস্কোর পক্ষ থেকে তো নয়, একজন ব্যক্তির পক্ষ থেকে সেখানে দেওয়া হয়েছে, যেটিকে ইউনেস্কোর পক্ষ থেকে পুরস্কার দেওয়া হয়েছে বলে প্রচার করা হয়েছে। একটি মিথ্যা অপপ্রচার করা হয়েছে। এরকম মিথ্যা অপপ্রচার আগেও ইউনেস সেন্টারের পক্ষ থেকে নানা সময় করা হয়েছে।
About the abducted Bangladeshi sheep in Somalia, the foreign minister said there is no food crisis on the sheep. The government is working to rescue the sheep with the crew as soon as possible.
আমরা নানামুখী তৎপরতা চালাচ্ছি এবং আমাদের উদ্দেশ্য হচ্ছে নাবিকদেরকে আনহার্মড অবস্থায় উদ্ধার করা এবং একই সাথে জাহাজটা উদ্ধার করা। আমরা অনেক দূর এগিয়েছি। ভারতের সাথে আমরা অনেকদিন ধরে আলাপ আলোচনা করছি সীমান্তে যাতে নন লিথাল ওয়েপন ব্যবহার করা হয়। আমরা চাই সেখানে কোনো ধরনের ঘটনা যাতে না হয়।
Chinese ambassador in Dhaka, Yao Wen, made a courtesy call on Textiles and Jute Minister Jahangir Kobir Nanak at his secretariat office in the capital today. During the meeting, they discussed issues related to bilateral interests between the two countries. The minister urged the Chinese businessmen and entrepreneurs to invest in Bangladesh's textile and jute sectors. He requested to increase the scope of training and scholarship for Bangladeshi textile engineers in China. The ambassador hoped that the Chinese investors will invest in textile and jute sectors. The textile and jute products will then become important. He reiterated China's commitment to continue support to build a smart Bangladesh. A feasibility study has been completed for concluding a free trade agreement between Bangladesh and China. The draft report of the feasibility study was handed over to both the sides in Dhaka today. Senior Secretary of the Commerce Ministry, Topon Kanti Ghosh, and Chinese Ambassador in Dhaka, Yao Yen, were present on the occasion. Speaker said both countries will be benefited if Bangladesh signs a free trade agreement with China. Besides, the free trade agreement will play an important role in Bangladesh's export growth to face the trade challenges after LDC graduation.
শুনলাম বিদেশে গেছে। হ্যাঁ, ব্যাংকে যাই। বিদেশ থেকে টাকা রেমিট করতে দুইটা অ্যাকাউন্ট করবো, একটা নিজের নামে আর একটা পরিবারের নামে। বিদেশ থেকে টাকা পাঠাতে অ্যাকাউন্ট লাগে নাকি? আর অন্য উপায় তো আছে। এসব কুবুদ্ধি দেন কে? বৈধ পথে টাকা পাঠাবো, প্রয়োজনও পাবো। আমার ঘাম ঝরানো টাকায় দেশ এগিয়ে যাবে। পথে শোনাবো বিশ্বকে জয় বাংলার গান, উন্নয়নের অগ্রযাত্রায় রাখি অবদান। এই বাংলার মাটি বঙ্গবন্ধুর প্রাণ।
Now, international news. Israeli soldiers shot dead 2 unarmed Palestinian men at a close range in Gaza. Their bodies buried in sand and rubbish by an army bulldozer. The men repeatedly waved what appeared to be white fabric in a sign of surrender and to show they did not pose a threat. In a statement, Hamas condemned the killing, saying it is a heinous crime. It is further evidence of the scale of fascism and criminality that governs Zionist behavior, the statement added. Hamas appealed to the UN and the International Criminal Court to take urgent action to stop the systematic killing of Palestinian people and hold accountable the war criminals responsible for crimes against defenseless civilians. Reports say Israeli forces have launched air attacks on northern Gaza, including Gaza City and the Shati and Jabalia refugee camps. At least 32,490 Palestinians have been killed and nearly 75,000 wounded in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October 7, 2023. Ukraine launched a devastating missile strike against Russian military targets in the Crimean port of Sebastopol late on Saturday, further debilitating Russia's Black Sea fleet. The combination of reported 40 Storm Shadow missiles, decoy missiles, and drones damaged a communications center, the Yamal and the Azov, 2 Ropuja-class landing ships, and other infrastructure, possibly including an oil depot. Ukraine's attack came a day after Russia launched a massive aerial attack on energy and other infrastructure in Ukraine using 151 drones and missiles launched from both Russia and occupied Crimea. At least 4 people have been killed in Russian attacks on northeastern and southern Ukraine. Officials said Russia used guided bombs in airstrikes on the city of Kharkiv on Wednesday for the first time since 2022, killing at least 1 person and wounding 19. Other parts of the country also came under Russian attack, with a further 3 deaths reported from shelling and drone attacks. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned on Wednesday that if F-16 fighters given to Ukraine are used from third-party territories, they will be legitimate targets for Russia no matter where they are. Putin issued the warning during a conversation with military pilots in the Tver region. Ukraine has long been asking its partners to transfer F-16 fighters to it. Meanwhile, Russia's foreign ministry says NATO activity in Eastern Europe and the Black Sea area is aimed at preparing the allies for conflict, which creates additional risks for Russia's security. Russia made the comments as the governments of Poland and Ukraine are meeting in Warsaw for talks they hope will help defuse a dispute over grain imports that has caused massive protests by farmers. But a top Polish official said a breakthrough was unlikely. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba says he arrived in New Delhi to advance Kyiv's vision of a path to peace in Ukraine and strengthen ties with India. Sam Bankman-Fried has returned to Manhattan Federal Court Thursday for sentencing that could land him in prison for the next and conspiracy. Now the timing for Sehri tonight and Iftars tomorrow. Last time for Sehri tonight in Dhaka and its adjoining areas is 4:33 a.m. and Iftar tomorrow at 6:17 p.m. in Dhaka and its adjoining areas. Now weather. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said rain or thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty or squally wind is likely to occur at 1 or 2 places over Dhaka, Khulna, Borishal, Chattogram and Sylhet divisions. Day and night temperature may remain nearly unchanged over the country, said the Met Office. Now news on sports. Sharafuddollah Ibn Shohid Shoikat has become the first Bangladeshi umpire to be included in the ICC Elite Panel. He has been included in the 12 members of the ICC Elite Panel. The decision on Shoikat's promotion was taken after the annual evaluation of the ICC Selection Committee. Shoikat has been on the International Umpire Panel since 2006. In January 2010, he started officiating international matches with ODIs between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka in Mirpur. Sheikh has officiated 10 Tests, 63 ODIs, and 44 T20 as an on-field umpire in men's cricket. In women's cricket, he has officiated 13 ODIs and 28 T20 as an on-field umpire. Sheikh has previously officiated the Women's ODI World Cup in 2017 and 2021 and umpired in the 2018 Women's T20 World Cup. Sheikh was also the umpire in the 2023 ODI World Cup in men's cricket. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. The Executive Committee of the National Economic Council (ECNEC) approves 10 development projects costing 8,425 crore taka. Bhutanese King Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk returns to his country through the Shonahat landport after visiting the Special Economic Zone in Kurigram today. BNP wants to set aside the meaning of independence as the party does not believe in the spirit of glorious liberation war and democracy, says Obaidul Qadir. Dr. Yunus has sided with the genocide by accepting Israeli accolades, says Foreign Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmoud. Eighteen more Palestinians die while trying to collect airdropped food items as Israel continues attacking unarmed people in Gaza. And ICC includes Sharifuddola Ibn Shohid Sheikh as the first ever Bangladeshi umpire to its elite panel. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.